between Spears speaking his mind, a segment that looks a little bit familiar if you want to focus on Becky Lynch and Shayna Baszler, an amazing tag team main event, a dream match that has been months in the making, and Sting finally breaks his silence. This is AEW's Dynamite review and more. Welcome to another episode of Kimmy Talks Wrestling, and happy holidays. We are starting right now. So I'm going to go a little bit backwards here, and I'm going to start with Shawn Spears. Shawn Spears had a sit-down interview with Tony Schiavone talking about how he is frustrated, and it's the same thing as it was in WWE, where he is kind of a mid-carder / jobber, and he's not being used correctly. Shawn then explains to Tony that you know how that feels because that's the reason you left the business for 15 years, and unless anybody wants to use me, I'm leaving. This was a very good promo, and I do agree Shawn Spears is probably one of the most underrated members of the AEW roster, and I'm hoping that 2021 is a bigger year for him. But this was so good. I'm so excited. I'm guessing this means that he has split up from Tully Blanchard. Good job, guys. That was top-notch stuff. But Wardlow and Hager is happening, people. It's happening. It's real. Oh my gosh. It is happening, I believe, on part 1 of the New Year's Bash, which is next week. So it was Chris Jericho and MJF versus Top Flight. Jericho and MJF got the win, and Hager gets a promo saying how Wardlow has family business to attend to, which is real. So whatever that is, prayers and all that fun stuff out for Wardlow. But this is family business. Wardlow just picks and chooses when he wants to be here. So he talked to Tony Khan, and next week it is Wardlow versus Hager. And Jericho and MJF just looked like, bro, we just fixed the whole inner circle. What are you doing? This was so good. I'm excited for this match, and especially where it's going to go, because if this is going to lead to the breaking up of the inner circle so early on with MJF, I'm going to be a little shocked. So I'm going to go with hopefully Wardlow winning and maybe Hager splitting from the group, which is what I don't want either. So I'm kind of intrigued to see what's going to happen with this, how they're going to elevate. You know, and the other fun part was, I believe it was Santana who had a family member pass away, and they like showed on camera like MJF saying like, oh, like my grandpa died and he was really close to me, and I'm always here for you no matter what. And he's like, wow, MJF's a human. He's not that bad of a person after all, guys. Oof. So all the inner circle stuff was good. That tag team match was also really good too. AEW's episode last night was really good. The only thing that was like really bad was like from 10 to midnight. And then AEW is copying WWE. Oh my god. So they have Sheeta and Abadon, right? And Sheeta was, I believe, wrestling Alex Garcia, I believe her name is. And they had this segment where they had Abadon bite a piece of her neck. Does anyone want to go to March or like February 2019 and look at the segment from Baszler and Lynch where the same thing happened? I mean, this one, I guess, looked a little bit more vicious, I guess. It's still cool. Like, it's still something different, but it just puts you back to that. And I feel like it did more for Abadon because it's Abadon's character, where with Baszler, it just made no sense at all, kind of. But it was interesting for me to see, like, wow, they literally copied the exact same thing from Raw earlier this year. And it feels like 10 years ago, so that's actually really bad. Oh my god, it happened in March this year. Oh my god. There's no way. That was like one of the last Raws too before they went. Oh, damn. 2020, folks. The Acclaim versus the Young Bucks, though. Oh my gosh, this was such a fun main event. The Acclaimed is such a top tag team. I'm really excited to see what they're going to do with the Acclaimed in 2021. And they had such a great showing here. Obviously, the Young Bucks were going to win because this was for the tag team championships. But this match was off the charts. It was maybe like 10 to 15 minutes long, but it was such a great showing. The Bucks sold for them a lot. So, and there was a couple of year falls where you really thought that the Acclaim was going to win, but they didn't. So I'm really excited. Like I said, I'm excited to see what they're going to do because they have a very in-depth tag team division. And I'm hoping that the Young Bucks kind of get through all those top young guys, like teams, before they verse FTR again for their rematch. But It was good. A nice way to end Dynamite going into next week, which is New Year's Bash. And Sting okay. Sting's talked, but now you kind of got like an in-depth type thing where he explains that he is in AEW because, you know, he remembers his days in WCW where he was watching those matches with Dusty and he wanted to be a part of it because of like what Cody's doing, and it reminds Sting so much of it, and how he's excited to work with Alan. Then Team Taz interrupts and they're like, you know, I'm done with this, you know, like do something, and then they're trying to attack Sting, and then Darby comes to the save. So I'm assuming this is going to lead to Darby and Sting at some point, if not Sting being Darby's manager, which is something that's been rumored for at least the past 3 or 4 months. But it was kind of nice to hear, like, okay, this is why he's here. Okay, I get it now. But like I said, last night's Dynamite was really good. It was kind of a nice, fun way. For me, I just prefer Dynamite more because I don't really watch NXT as often, and there was a lot of people I didn't know. It wasn't that good of a show. Like there was wrestlers I didn't know. It was kind of like the B. It was like their B like talent. I don't know. I felt like there was more hype to it. And, like, someone mentioned this on Twitter, too. Like, AEW treats championship matches so regular on TV because they're so often. But it makes people tune in because you never know, you know? When Kenny and Hangman won the titles from SCU, that was on Dynamite, on a cruise ship. So, it it was just so good, so entertaining, and you never know what's gonna happen on Dynamite. And I'm really excited for next week because Chris Jericho is on commentary. So that is my review. Make sure to like this video, comment what you thought about Dynamite. What did you like better, Dynamite or NXT? Make sure to subscribe, click that bell for notifications. I will see you guys Saturday for our SmackDown review. Hope you guys have a happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Kwanzaa, Hanukkah, any other holiday I missed. And I will see you all Saturday for SmackDown review.